Strikes out here. That completes a 1-2-3 inning for Jordan Lyles. He needed it.
Good bounce back from Jordan Lyles for that 1-2-3 inning, but especially getting David Fletcher to go outside the strike zone and not make contact on a breaking ball. Very sharp.
フレッチャーが三振で
Getting it done here against the Angels and getting those Rangers hitters back in the dugout.
4回の表を終了しました。5回の表、第3打席、大谷が回ります。ね、しゃあない。しゃあないね。なんだっけ。じゃあ第5回なんだ。
So pretty low scoring, 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. And Luis Garcia will lead things off for the Rangers. Garcia in low on Andy Ibanez. Gets the short left-hander, Jose Suarez. Pumps a fastball right in there for a strike.
That'd be encouraging, I think, to shorter athletes. He's up to Suarez, but there are a lot of shorter pitchers around the league. I talked to Kid Fag about that, the Rangers scouting director, amateur scouting director, looking at the draft. And I mean, they like to see the big guys, but they're not thinking about it all the time.
Garcia with a base hit. Rangers third hit of the night, all singles.
Oh.
Third hit for the first time for the Rangers. I believe they had the leadoff runner on. This is a changeup. Suarez. Look at that one. See it cut back a little bit. He usually would turn it over and try to get it the way it cuts, probably accidentally. And that's exactly why Luis Garcia got a chance to drive that baseball. If it faded the way he wanted to, that's off the end of the bat or a swing and miss. Almost seems unfair as a pitcher. That little piece of it. A little bit cut.
The lead man on low to the plate, and he takes time. It looks like Nathaniel's gone back to his own bats. Right? He was not out there kicking people today. Yesterday, borrowed a bat from a whole league. Used it all night, but in his final bat, he broke it. And it could be that Garcia has a one bat, and you're out sort of leniency about him. So Long has to go back to his old bat.
Maybe you break it, you buy it.
Could be kind of policy.
It's all fun and games until you break somebody else's bat.
Cool, man. Foul away. 1-2 the count. So Lowe batting in the cleanup spot. Bounce back to the mound in the second inning. He's the only left-handed hitter in there for the Rangers this evening. And we're talking about, of course, with the left-hander on the mound, why the manager might go that route.
Yes.
Usually righties in there. 1-2. Foul off. But it is interesting to note in the case of Suarez, he's working with reverse splits this year. Right-handers are hitting 153 off of Suarez. In years past, right-handers have been a major issue for him. He had surrendered a 349 average to right-handed batters in his previous 2 seasons. 1-2. And Lowe puts this one on the ground. Fletcher will go to second, and he just got it there in time. One thing seemed to take forever to materialize, but Garcia erased on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, I wonder if Garcia looked back and looked as if he was surprised that David Fletcher threw the ball to second base afterwards. And it was close, but Fletcher obviously felt like he had enough time, and he took that chance, and he got the lead runner.
Shit.
Nice play. It did get the good high hop and a quick turn. That's close.
So Lowe the base runner now, and Andy Ibanez will be the hitter.
Going back to what you were saying though about for him, it does make sense at least this year.
Suarez, いいですね、Suarez.
There's a changeup that is your neutralizing pitch as a left-hander more often than not against right-handed hitting. He doesn't have a great big breaking ball. We've seen it. He shows it. He'll throw it once in a while. It hasn't necessarily been a pitch that has stuck out as anything that's real devastating.
Yeah.
That's probably why. Fastball changeup that gives lefties somewhat of a chance.
Oh, okay.
The middle to Fletcher. 2 away. But off the bat, you're thinking, oh, I could really wreak some havoc in this inning, and then Fletcher's right here. 2 gone. DJ Peters coming up with second again with Sarah.
Just a little more insight on Peters as we get to know him. I was curious when he arrived yesterday if he made any immediate connections with guys in the clubhouse. We knew he already knew Chris Woodward from their time in the Dodgers organization, but he said, it's so interesting because I've played with a lot of these guys at all different levels of the league and the system, and it's good to come into a clubhouse where you have some connections already and not just go in blind. So it was a very warm welcome yesterday.
Yes,
That's nice. That helps a little bit. Walk to the clubhouses and not know a single person, and that could be a little bit uncomfortable. But you can also tell by his personality, even if he didn't know guys or at least have some history with Woody, it probably would not take him very long. It was pretty interesting to listen to today, and really, quite honestly, a handful of these new Rangers that we're getting all seem to have some pretty solid personalities, and they're very excited to be in a Ranger uniform.
Yeah, well, and along those lines, I don't get the sense that DJ Peters is sneaking in any room at 6'6", roughly, 250 plus. He is a huge man. I was down there during batting practice today. You get used to seeing certain guys, and the Rangers have had some really big lineups in recent years. Suarez feels low. You remember that we were in Houston one day, and you and I were about to get on the elevator once, and the elevator doors opened up, and here came Gallo, Guzzi, and Nomar Bizarro. Yeah. Good Lord, if you didn't know anybody, you'd think that the A team was staying at the hotel. So you get used to seeing guys like Gallo and those guys around the cage.
Yeah, the pitchers are getting shorter, and the
hitters are getting bigger. I mean, he walked by me today at the cage, and wow, he's enormous.
Well, what he said today, and the idea of kind of connecting, and even though I haven't had a chance to talk to him, I connected. He doesn't know it.
エンゼルスのピッチャー、今日は先発スアレスでございます。
No dots for him. Yes. I don't have a preference. I never put two thoughts into it, but this is where you got me. Because I just hate when it's capital D, little j. I hate that too. Oh, he was speaking to me directly when he said that.
That happens.
It happens all the time. That those computers will do automatically. Yeah, so a lot of times you're filling out a form, you just put DJ, you're going to get big D, little j.
そうです。ツーアウトからフォアボールで歩かせて、1、2塁、ツーアウト、1、2塁でございます。もういかん。
No, he's a junior. He's a junior, so that's where the J comes from, so it was all really interesting. He's on now, and Curtis Terry to the plate.
スアレス、ツーアウト1、2塁から、
Yesterday, another base hit today, and a breaking ball. Right in there for a strike.
ストライク、ワンストライク、ノーボール、ワンストライク。バッターはこれ誰でしたっ
Nine runs are aboard.
け？誰でしたっけ
Slow.
6番、ピーターズ。
DJ's name,
いや、
Donald
違う、テリーか。
Scott Peters.
ピーターズ。
His dad's name.
あ、テリーだ。おっと、マーシュが抑えてスリーアウト。次が大谷翔平の第3打席。先頭バッターです。さあ、大谷だ。っていうね。最高に調子、スランプなんでしょうかね。ここまで12打席ヒットなしでしょ？違いますか8月14打数1安打6三振。まあ三振は意外と少ないか。いやまあ絶不調ですね。絶不調。今日は出るんじゃないですか。まあ出なくてもね、37本で打ち止めでもいいじゃないですか。恐ろしいほど打ってますよ。今日はね、ゲレーロがね、打ってませんね。4タコですか、ゲレーロは。いや、どうでしょう。ゲレーロ。今日ゲレーロは4タコですね。4打数0安打。まあ三振もないですけど。さあ、皆さん、祈りましょう。大谷翔平今日は、レフトフライ。レフトフライのさっき三振ですね。さっきの三振もね、ワンスリーから甘いボール見逃して何がしたいのかさっぱりわかりませんけど。まあ、いや、おしょうね。じゃあ。ライル、ジョーダン・ライル。初球内角高め、デッドボールになりそうな93マイル。あ、そうだ。マイル表示ね。マイル表示を。ちょっと待って。2球目。ワンストライク、ワンボール。3球目。ボール。緩いボール。2ボール、1ストライク。外目に外れて、2ボール、1ストライクですね。ライルスももう88球。球数5回で88球で、そろそろ内頃だと思います。4球。ライト線、ライナーで抜ける。余裕で二塁打です。スタンディング二塁打。まあ、よしとしましょう。24回目の二塁打。甘いボールですね。調子がいい時ならホームランボールですね。ようやく内角にね、甘いボールが来ました、今。打球が上がらないですけど、まあもうちょいでしょう。ライナーでね、ライト線抜けていきましたんでね。もう少し角度がつけば、二塁打。 いいんじゃないですか。ちょっと、ライルスはこう、アプトンサードライナーに倒れて、ワンアウト二塁。ちょっと待ってください。スタッシですね。次は。出た。よし。どうですか、皆さん。スタッシ。ブレイキングボールを空振って、ワンストライク、ノーボールワンストライク。大谷ね、今のね、いい時ならホームランしてるボールで、まあ、でもね、一本出た。ワンストライク、ワンボール、スタッシュ。違った。今のファウルでノーボール、ツーストライク。ワンアウト、二塁、大谷走るでしょうか。走らないでしょうね。スコアは3対1でございます。エンゼルス。珍しくね。珍しくリードしてます。テキサスレンジャーズなんていう雑魚をね、雑魚狩りしましょう。でも同地区に弱いのがね、エンゼルスの良くないところ。思えばまだ5回表。この調子だとうまくいけばあと2打席回ってくるんじゃないかな。ビジターなんでね、9回表まで打てますからね。勝っててもね。ワンボール、ツーストライク、スタッシー。4番スタッシー。もう4球目。空振り。外角のクソボールを振ってツーアウト。三振。なんでしょう、今の。50センチぐらい外を空振ってますね、スタッシュ。なんでしょう、この力感のない空振りは。非常にやる気のなさを感じます。さあ、気持ちを入れ替えて、ゴスリン。右バッターが続きますね、珍しい。ゴスリン、今日はヒット打ってますね。81マイル。なんでしょう、スライダーでしょうか。ノーボール、ワンストライク。大谷はなんか少し太ったような気がしないでもないですね。センター前に抜けました。大谷が帰ってくる。素晴らしい。ゴスリン、しぶとくセンター前にタイムリーヒット。大谷が残って、どうしたんだ？大谷が帰ってきました。あれ？ゴスリンはちょっとセカンドでアウト臭いんでしょうか、これ。何やってんですか？これでもタイミング的にはセーフな気がしましたけど。どうしたんでしょう。二塁アウトですね、ゴスリンはね。何をしてるんでしょう。いや、でも、キャッチャーがセカンドに投げたの見ましたけど、タイミング的にセーフ臭かったですけどね、アウトでしょうかね。アウトっぽいですね。でも、よくやりましたね。大谷得点を稼ぎました。 ね、よかった。いやこれで4対1。大谷はね、余裕で帰ってきましたね。まあ、2アウトだったんだよね。アウトですね。ゴセリンは2塁でアウトです。何をしてるんでしょうかね。まあ、よかったですよ。この調子でいけばね、大谷は、あと2打席回ってくるんじゃないですかね。そういう計算になります。ゴセリン前もあって、6回、6、7、8。7回、9位。大谷は7回に確実に回ってきて、っていうことは9回にまでに2人出れば、大谷にもう1回9回打席回ってきます。残り2打席じゃないですかね。ゴセリン合う。いや、セーフでしょ、これ。アウトな。とにかく4対1ですね。よかった。
Job by I saw Garcia see him charging hard. You know how badly he wants to have that assist.
You got one. Is it?
Maybe not the one that he was anticipating, but it was a great job not to overthrow the cutoff man, not to go with a wild throw and just allow Gossett to get down to second base easily.
White takes a breaking ball for his strike. Change up. 0-2. White, Jose Trevino, and then Isaiah Kiner Falefa in this fifth inning. In the last inning, many against Suarez so far tonight. Strike three call. White goes down looking one away.
Pretty good looking change up here we've been talking about as far as change up quite a bit. Now that one even cut back a little bit. Remember we showed you earlier when Garcia had one, and maybe not as much. That's outer half of the plate, but located well down. Eli White did not pull the trigger.
So now Trevino is 0 for 1 tonight with a strikeout. Bounces away from Stassi. Defensive play by Jose last half inning. See if he can chip in offensively here. Help this team. Low scoring game so far. Although 4 runs for the Angels, they might be arguing otherwise. They've had trouble lately on the offensive side.
Visitor.
Seems like a lot of teams differentiate wins and losses right around 4 runs per game. So out to the gap in left center. That's down. Trevino for a base hit. He'll try for 2. He'll get it easily. A 1-out double for Jose, his 6th double this year.
We were talking earlier about the matchups for these catchers, and for Jose Trevino taking advantage of an opportunity against the left-handed pitcher up 93 miles an hour right down the middle. Look at that nice level swing from Jose as he drills his ball.
All right, so he's in scoring position.
あ、
Isaiah.
何でしょう、打たれました。嫌な雰囲気。スアレスは大丈夫でしょう。ワンアウト2塁、スアレス、もう67球。まあでも5回での67球ならもう全然ね。全然問題ない。
Yeah, 0 for 2. Struck out looking his first time. 1 level left as last time. Bounces this one back to Suarez. Suarez has Trevino hung up. Trevino doing a good enough job, though, that Isaiah able to scramble in behind him and get to second base.
So that actually works out really well for the Rangers, right? Your first instinct is, well,
ツーアウト二塁になりました。スアレス68球目。
he did an excellent job staying in the rundown. Now you get the trade places, you have a much better runner at second base, right? This is going to be a ground out to first anyway. So not that you can draw up this way intentionally, but Jose did a nice job staying in this long enough to make sure Isaiah kind of left to get to second base.
6-5, the fielder's choice. Now here's Culberson.
ツーアウト二塁。スアレス。レンジャーズの攻撃5回裏。ノーボールワンストライク。
Charlie has struck out and grounded out tonight. Rangers have won 3 straight. Their longest winning streak this season is 4. So they have a chance today to tie that. They could pull off a victory here. They're going to need some late inning magic to do so. Here anyway, 0-2 the count. Mentioned the 4-run dividing line for a lot of teams. The Angels, when they score 4 or more this year, the Angels have gone 47-17. When they can't quite get to 4 runs in a game, they're, generally speaking, unable to pitch their way to a low scoring run. They're 5-37.
5回裏、ノーボール、2ストライク、2アウト。
In the dirt, 1-2. If Culberson can find his way on, it would get Adolis Garcia to the plate. I'm looking for Culberson to knock one out. Really, that's not a big part of his game. He can do it. I don't want you to let it. He's the one to keep things moving and see if you can get Garcia up there with a spot to do some real damage. In the dirt, Stassi keeps it close enough. Isaiah won't move.
So that was one of those breaking balls. As I mentioned, we just haven't seen that many of them from Suarez tonight. He did strike out Jose Trevino on one of those earlier. Back foot breaking ball almost did catch Charlie Culberson in his back foot.
Two and two the count. Suarez now over 70 pitches tonight. He's gone into the 80s twice this year. This one line. 2 occasions he's thrown 80 pitches. So he's not likely to go a whole lot further tonight.
I would agree. Good start of the season for him. I mentioned it earlier. He's pitching 13 games overall, but the last 4 has come as a starter.
2-2。フルカウント。
He's only issued 1 walk. That was to DJ Peters.
そうです。球数が増えてきました。74球。
4 runs, 6 hits for the Angels, 1 run on 4 hits for the Rangers. There's the payoff.
Strike.
Good fastball right. The bottom third of the zone.
そうです。素晴らし
Suarez
い。
gets himself out of any trouble in the 5th. 6th inning coming up, still 4-1.
うんあ、うまい。
See, now the Yankees 7 back. And a lot of teams in that division that feel like they're in the mix. The Rays have suffered some injuries. Still back. The Yankees have loaded up for the run. It's interesting. The exhibition here.
アデル、6番アデル。6番アデルからの攻撃。プロスペクトですね。あと上がってきましたね、アデル。偽タティスみたいな感じがします。平凡なサードゴロに倒れて、ワンアウト。
Well, it's a fun place to be these days. Rangers play well at home, and the Rangers have Coca-Cola. I'm hoping that you and your family will come out to the ballpark this summer. You get 4 tickets, as well as $80 in concessions value. This offer is only good for home games Sunday through Friday. Go to TexasRangers.com/specials. Jordan Miles feels
7番イグレシオス。ライルスはもう次が100球目ですね。この回までだと思います。相手ピッチャーね、テキサスレンジャーズ、ライルス、先発、この回までだと思います。次で変わるかもしれない。ランナー出たりね、イグレシアス、まあどうだろうね。イグレシアス打って、ライト前にヒット、クリーンヒット。イグレシアス、ワンアウト一塁。打順は8番。相手は8番マーシュのところ、ピッチャーを変えません。変えませんね。6回表、ワンアウト一塁。バッターはマーシュ。ルーキーですね。さあ、どうでしょう。とにかくね、いっぱい打って、大谷にいっぱい回してね、もらいたい。ワンボール、ワンストライクです。
Have been aggressive on the bases tonight. Their attack against Jordan Wiles.
外角厳しいところをストライク取られて、ワンボール、ツーストライク。マーシュは選球眼がいいんでね、いいと思います。ルーキーですからね。
Like I said, no pickoffs this year. He does have 6 in his career. He's been mostly the show me move tonight. Now, he's never allowed 4 total bases in a game. He's allowed 3 tonight. Hunter goes, and now it's fouled away. My point, I guess,
嬉しいよ、今、
like tonight would be the night. They've been aggressive. 3 stolen bases so far.
盗塁しましたが、マーシュがファールで戻ります。
Slide step, try to get a little bit quicker to the plate. There's a lot of different ways to counteract when you have a team that's aggressive. Base running.
あ、マーシュ。本当、ワンボール、ツーストライク、ワンアウト一塁。レンジャーズは2番手サンタナがブルペンで肩を作っております。センターオーバーのマーシュセンターオーバーを打ちました。イグレシアスはホームに戻ってくる。セーフかアウトかアウト。最悪や。マジか。
I gotta tell you, you and I make fun of the outfielders when they kind of feel like they're gonna catch a ball. I think it actually worked there for Adolis Garcia. And Iglesias making his way around the bases. They're gonna challenge this call. You're gonna see him
チャレンジしますか？しないんですか？ああ、アウトだ。スライディング下手くそでしたね、今、イグレシアスの。ああ、せっかくセンターオーバー打ったのに。これキャッチャーもうまい。キャッチャーもうまいね。イグレシアスはなんかしない。今引っかかっちゃったんだね。スライディングする足が引っかかっちゃった。そのガガガッと引っかかった分だけベースに到達するの遅れてタッチが早かったですよね。普通ならセーフのタイミングです。とにかくね、いっぱい大谷に回していただけるといいんですよ。要するにね。
Even Butterfield now, when you look at his positioning over there at third base, it's absurd.
I don't think that's
9番メイフィールド。今のはちょっとな。まあ、イグレシアス怪我してなきゃいいですけどね。
Off the plate. Seems like now and then those coaches' boxes become an issue.
ああ、そっか、走ってたんだ。
Calls Iglesias, I think, just to hesitate just for half a second, and that half a second made all the difference in the world. There's Butterfield, right by Jordan Ronald, backing up the play. That's kind of a good look at everything that we were talking about. A lot happening on that play, and there's right Butterfield again. So those lines are just a suggestion.
I feel like they crack down on that every now and again. Hey, you guys, Pirates trying to force that a little bit, keep guys closer.
おお、いい当たり、いい当たり。 メイフィールド、ホームラン打ちました。いい当たりがレフトスタンドに飛び込むツーランホームラン。6対1勝ちましたね。いやー、めでたい。これは勝ったでしょう。いやー、久々にエンゼルス勝ちそうですね。イートンのツーランで6対1になりました。ね。ただいま6対1。
Face-off is Jack Mayfield just took Jordan Lyles deep. We'll take a look at the pitch and 85 miles an hour.
Mayfield 意外とパワーあるね。
After a really good defensive play from the Rangers, it looked like an opportunity to get out of this inning. Really, Jordan Lyles could not finish it off. So that means Chris Woodward goes into his bullpen and follows it well. Quite a journey for Jack Mayfield. Around for him. Started the spring training in Florida.
Mayfield
Spent 1 day there.
マイフィールドハゲとるやないか。
The Angels and the Mariners, back to the Angels. AAA, big leagues, all of it. Been all over the place as Dennis Santana now takes over. It'll be his 29th game of the season. With a hard-throwing right-hander, 4.91 ERA, 21 strikeouts to 18 walks. So the walks a little bit high so far. And those are the combined numbers for Santana between the Rangers and the Dodgers.
Right, and now Santana's first pitch to David Fletcher. This is for a ball. Fletcher 2 for 3 today.
ツーアウトランナーなしになりまして、今フレッチャーです。ということは、ここで倒れても7回先頭が、大谷ならば、9回までに1人出れば、9回にまた大谷が残り2打席に入りますね。よしよし。まあ6点も入ってるんですからね、5打席回りましたね。今日はナイトメアがあっても勝てそうです。そうでしょ？うん。ナイトメアがあっても勝てそうですよ。フレッチャーはファーストゴロに倒れて7回表先頭バッターが大谷です。まあ、これ勝つでしょうね。マイフィールド、ここが強い。いや、一本ね、出ますかね。 もう6対1ですが、今日は勝つんじゃないですか。さすがにね。どうでしょう。ビジター、ビジター、ビジター、ビジター。ビジター。実況。守りますよ、それはね。
For the Angels now, as we go to the bottom of the sixth inning, on to the order coming for the Rangers.
そうですね。7回も投げます。いいピッチャーですよね、そうですね。
Thought maybe Suarez would start the opener yesterday.
初めはね、中継ぎやってたんですけど、非常にいいピッチャーで先発に回ってますよね。あ、まだ6回か。6回裏。球数75球。ああ、いいですね。先発はだいぶ立ち直りました。中継ぎは相変わらずひどい。
Funky injury that popped up out of nowhere. He got pushed back a few days. Garcia after strike two. It's 0-2 on Adolis. First time up, singled his last time against Suarez, who had 6 strikeouts tonight, one short of his career high. Stays 0-2. Now, I'm not in a position to tell anybody what to do with their lives, but if most people have been hanging around and saying, like, yeah, I need to go see the ballpark at some point this year. I'll go catch a game. They've been putting it on. This one right over a base hit for Garcia. He's going to try for 2. Here comes a throw, not in time. Adolis gets in there with a leadoff double.
そうです。6回裏、先頭のガルシアに二塁打。ライトの深いところに二塁打を打たれました。
Not a bad one at all. Elevated a little bit, but it's on the corner. And Garcia goes out and he hooks this thing in the left field. And he's always thinking a base ahead. The outfielders who has the really strong arms, who doesn't. Something does not have a particularly strong arm these days. Averaging just 83 miles an hour on his hardest throws this year. So Garcia was all about it, all over that double. You were saying commanding everyone come to the ballpark?
Well, again, I hate being too bossy. Daniel Lowe, bounces on the right side of the infield. Fletcher takes care of it. That is out number 1. See it over the third. But if you've been sort of thinking about it,
次のバッターを
just kind of looking for that right time to come out.
ローをセカンドゴロに打って取ってワンアウト3塁。迎えるバッターはイバネス、セカンドイバネス。大したバッターではないですね。2割2分3厘、どこでもない。5点差ありますから、皆さん。大丈夫ですよ。
I'm with you, and I think there are very few players think about visiting players, right? If you're a fan of the home team, then you really would say, let's go this night to see this guy. Right? There's some pitchers, I think, around the league, and obviously Otani I would put in that category as well. There's times where you want to see teams.
This ball hit deep down the left field line. It's
おーっと、まずい。
Ibanez.
イバニエスにツーランホームランを打たれまして、6対3、3点差、非常に危険なスコアです。いやー、ここまで良かっただけにね、スアレス。まあ、とはいえね、6回ワンアウトまでで3失点ですから、全然いいでしょう。なぜかテキサスレンジャーズの本拠地でインディアンスのユニフォームを着た親子がホームランボールを取ってますけど、おかしいですね。
Now DJ Peters. And they'll take it to the outside corner for a strike. Peters with a base hit and a walk in his Rangers debut. Suarez is low and outside. 1-1. Peters was a fourth-round pick in 2016 at a Western Nevada college. He had risen to very high prospect status in the Dodgers system. Takes outside 2-1. And really, it would seem to be one of those really lucky strokes. They happened to come available via waivers on Monday. Rangers were quick to jump in there and grab
ピ
it.
ッチングコーチがマウンドへ、今、6回裏、
18 games with the
ワン
Dodgers
アウト。
already. Made his big league debut, but in 3 different stints. So it's been hard for him to get his
話題
feet
の
underneath him.
ピーターズっていうテキサスレンジャーズの
Anyway, Rangers very excited to have him. Let's check in with Sarah.
ルーキーが打席に入ってますね。2試合連続サヨナラホームランというね。
Has always targeted DJ as one of the guys that he wants to get on this team just because of the makeup of his character and how cerebral of a player he is. So, in all honesty, he said, yeah, I was really surprised that we jumped on that opportunity.
That's what happens with organizations that run really deep. That 40-man roster gets filled up pretty quickly. We know the Dodgers were active at the trade deadline, so they had players that they had to add, which means they have to take some chances. Put some players on waivers, or whenever that happens, you always kind of keep your fingers crossed and hope that player clears. The Rangers are ready and all over it, and this is a perfect time to get a look at a guy like this and to see what he can do. Steady run of playing time. He's been kind of a low batting average, high power guy at the big league level. He's got a lot of power in that bat.
2ストライク、2ボール。
To give him a good steady look to see what he can do
6
against
回
the big
裏
league pitching, and also how he works.
スアレスの球の数は今度で87球目を今投げます。おー、フルカウント。いけませんね。ちょっとね、ちょっと終わらせてほしい。
Open the door just a little bit here in the 6th inning. The Rangers getting back into it on the Ibanez home run.
フルカウントから。おっと、バットを折りながら、おっと、フレッチャーがナイスプレー。バットを折りながらライト前に落ちるかという当たりをフレッチャーが後ろに飛びながらキャッチ。いい守備です。よ。
Well, that'll do it for Suarez. He's done. And the Eagles bullpen two runs to the way. 2 out, 6th inning in a 3-run game.
そうです。まさか窓が今ちょっと今見てませんでした。窓変えるんですか？変えたんですね。ツーアウトまで来て、マドンもマシンガン系統良くないですよね。基本的にね。首をひねらざるを得ない。さあ、誰が出てくるんでしょうか。しかもこれのね、勝利につなが割とマドンのね、采配が当たってんならいいですけどね、ただナイトメアだけですからね、ほとんど失敗してるんじゃないですかね。まあ、ひどい投手陣っていうのがありますけどね。さあ、誰でしょう、ピッチャーは。スアレス、ちょっと不満顔ですね。そうですね。あとワンアウトでクオリティスタートですけどね。ツーアウトから変える意味がわかんないですね。まだ90球もいって。誰でしょう？ゲラじゃないですか。ゲラです。ジュニオール・ゲラ。これ敗戦処理の投手ですけどね、大丈夫でしょうか。テディ、7番テディ打ちそうな感じですよ。まあ、ランナーいませんから大丈夫ですけど。なんで、スアレス何球で下ろしたんですかね。90球ぐらい。一人ぐらい、ね。ヤンキースバカ勝ちしてるけど、なんだろう。
Pretty relaxed. Yeah, he sure is. I wonder what he's thinking right there.
Terry's had some good passes tonight, and he golfs this one straight up in the air.
浅いセンターフライ回しがどうさあ大谷です。7回戦と大谷です。7回戦と大谷。さあどうだ。先頭谷です。ね、これぞ実況しましょうね。前の打席はね、ライト線ライナーで破るツーベース。素晴らしい。やっと長打が出ましたね。 2割7分3厘まで上がりました。2割7分1厘まで行きましたけどね。2割7分3厘まで行きました。さあどうだ。さあ来い。あ、そっか。さあ。さあ。さあ、第1球を、中途半端なスイング。87マイルのクソみたいな外目の外角高めを140キロですね。要するに、中途半端なスイングでワンストライク。さあ、2球目。2球目を88マイル外角低めのクソボールをしっかり見送りました。88マイル、さあ、第3球目。さあ、第3球目。サンタナ、ピッチャーはサンタナ、右ピッチャーです。はっんセーフかセーフ臭い。今、セカンドゴロ、シフトでセカンドゴロになりましたが、大谷は足が速いですから、今、審判はセーフのジャッジをしましたが、果たしてスローで見てどうでしょう。セーフ。アウト臭い気もします。あ、セーフだ。明らかにセーフでした。よかった。マルチアンダーおめでとうございます。あと1打席回りますから、9回。まだまだホームランわかりません。いやー、だいぶね、シフト引いてたとはいえね、セカンド結構振られましたから、その分、足の速い大谷でね、これはあれじゃないですか、3点差ですから、盗塁のチャンスでもありますね。すればいいんですよ。ね、16盗塁目。走らない。ノーツーですから、まさにここは走るカウントじゃないですか。いいですよ。走りましょう。マルチ谷、4打数2安打、2、3、1、3。とにかく、さあ、走るか。走ってしまえばいい。おっと、危ない。牽制を投げました。なかなかね、ホームラン出ませんけど。走るならこのカウントでしょうね。ノーツー。ツーボール、ノーストライク。走らない。ノーボール。スリーボール、ノーストライク。走りませんね。走らない谷。どうでもいいですから、大谷はちょっとひげを伸ばしてますね、こいつね。なんでしょう。走るでしょうか。ストレートのボール、アップトンなんかにストレートでフォアボールを出すなんてね。何を考えてるんですか。
That player end up actually winning MVP. It didn't happen very often, but even to win it multiple times in a year. You mentioned Josh Hamilton in 2012. He finished fifth that year in MVP, despite the fact that he won it in back-to-back months. His MVP season came a couple years before that in 2010. So the most, or even the most times, is it possible that a player ever won 3 Player of the Month, but never the MVP, right?
ノーアウト1、2塁。これは間違いなく9回大谷に回りますね。よかった。マルチ谷の
had the MVP conversation earlier. How often does just his pitching?
大谷4打数2安打で2割7分5厘。
He's having an okay year offensively or an okay month offensively, but he made 3 or 4 starts that month.
ライト安打になってますけど、まあ、シフトのセカンド内野安打とか。
Well, when I was looking at the numbers for pitcher of the month, I kind of think he would have won that had he made enough starts. He'd only made 3 starts in the month. And I think the most we saw were like 5 starts. But it's a big difference.
Yeah, Jameson Tyone ended up winning it. He had a pretty big month.
まだね、7回表3点差なんでね、
Right? There's a kickoff back at second.
点が欲しいところです。まだまだ、
Safe gloves.
エンゼルスのナイトメアな中継ぎを考えるとね、あと5点は欲しい。11対3ぐらいになったらもう余裕でしょうな。それぐらい信用にならない。ナイトメア。
Checking his surroundings and joking around a little bit there with Andy Ibanez. Almost
な
tricked him.
んでしょう。内野手と話をしています。
1-0.
ストライク。
Right in there for a strike.
ちょっとね、ちょっと席を外し。
So, other accomplishments. How about a 5-1 record and ERA just about 3 in his 15 starts with 100 strikeouts. And maybe the biggest note, that first player ever selected to an All-Star team as both a pitcher and a position player.
そう。
1-1.
ワンワン。外れて、外角低めに外れて、2ボール1ストライク、ノーアウト1、2塁スタッシー。
Stassi,
Chance.
quiet night. He's in the cleanup spot, 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts.
大チャンス。
A spot here where let's say that he could put the game away. I think that's maybe a bit of a stretch.
さあ、どうでしょう。
Go a long way
あと5点欲しい。
icing this one.
ボール、大きく内角外れて、3ボール1ストライク。サンタナいいところがありません。レンジャーズの中継ぎもナイトメアです。さあ、どうする？
Not real deep, especially in center field. Garcia seems like he's pulled in a little bit. Stassi, that one is in there. It's a full count.
Surprising for Max Stassi, but that pitch wasn't even close.
フルカウントしたし。
Dennis Santana a little bit of an issue here, getting the ball to strike zone consistently. They were set up in, but that had plenty of play. ノーアウト1、2塁フルカウント3ボール2ストライク。
I think a strikeout would work well for Santana. He'd also take a ground ball. He's going to throw a strike 3-2, and that misses. So he's loaded him up. Back-to-back walks.
おー、
And he's not retired a batter yet.
歩きました。レンジャーズのブルペンは諦めてるんでしょう。ノーアウト満塁です。大谷は明日投げるって言ってますよね。うん。まあ、実況できたらします。これはね、3点ぐらい入るでしょ。
Now the infield forced to come in.
Santana
delivers a little bit low. Gosselin's had a real nice game so far. He's driven in 2 runs. He's 2 for 3. This one out to right
ライ
field.
ト前にゴセリンが打って大谷が帰ってきて アフトも無理はしない。
Single by Gosselin, his third,
まだまだノーアウト満塁です。
and he makes it 7-3.
レンジャーズもかなり暗黒です。かわいそう。大谷おげ。
Take a look at the two-seam fastball. Didn't have quite as much run. That's just a really nice job by Gosselin to keep his hands in, not trying to do too much. Eventually, the infield was in, so he was looking to get the ball down through that infield one way or another. Put the ball in play.
6番アデルを迎え
Still loaded, Joe Adell in his first game of the season with the Angels. He's already driven in two. Two-run double in the third inning. He's also walked. Santana's 1-0 pitch.
ストライク
Finds the corner.
ワンストライクワンボールワンストライクノーアウト満塁
Yeah, again, it goes back
7
to
回
the
表
where he starts that pitch. I mean, maybe it caught the corner, maybe it was a little bit off, but the amount of horizontal break he gets on his slider is something that's pretty special. You just got to
勝つ
figure
気は
out
ないよ
a
う
way
で
to
す
get consistent.
7対3スコア7対3おーっと
Ripped over shortstop.
アデル
That's a base hit. Upton
前
scores
進守備
again
の
by
ショートの
Station
頭を
Station.
越えてレフト前
And it's
8対
8-3.
3
Still nobody out.
レンジャーズの監督ここでようやく出てきてピッチャー交代
Heads out. Brett Martin had been losing in the bullpen, likely to come on next. 8-3 Angels on top.
珍しくエンゼルス8点取ってますこれは8回にも回ってきそうですね大谷の打撃
Rangers baseball on Valley Sports is brought to you by Baylor Scott and White Health, changing healthcare for the better. And Choctaw.
さあ
You by Baylor Scott and White Health, changing healthcare for the better.
さあ
And Choctaw Casino and Resort Durant, expanding August 2021. Stakes raised. All right, well, it's 8-3 Angels, and they have the bases loaded, nobody out in this seventh inning, so a favorable spot for Brett Martin, but he is on here nonetheless.
Yeah, for Brett Martin, too, it's been a pretty consistent season. This will be his 45th game of the year, 3.73 ERA, 41 innings pitched, 4 home runs.
アデルがヒット打ったんでイグ、マーシュ、メイフィールドと倒れても8回表に間違いなく大谷に回ってきます。下手したらこの回も回ってくるかもしれない。左ピッチャーが出てきましたよ。
Well, it's first pitch to Iglesias, and that one bends right in there for a strike. Iglesias had a base hit in the sixth inning. 1 for 3 tonight. Angels team that had really struggled to score runs recently. He figured it out tonight. Inside, 1-1, they scored 8 runs on 12 hits.
got those inherited numbers for Fred Martin. Now that thinking about him, get a bases loaded, nobody out situation almost seems a little bit unfair for guys trying to limit damage, but.
リフレッシュローとレンジャーズ、ここで悪送球のエラーでスタッシーとゴセリンが帰ってきて10対3になりました。
Great play here by Ibanez. We've seen him do some pretty good glove work over there at second base. Ball looked like it jumped up on Nate Lowe. It was a long hop. The backhand glove flip. Nice footwork, really, by.
無理して投げなくってもよかったですね。そしてファーストが下手くそですね。10対3、ワンアウト一塁。マーシュ、久々の大勝ですね。間違いない。どうでもいいですけど、菊池雄星が7勝目、6回6安打2失点。後半戦初勝利、おめでとう。秋山はどうなんマイケンはどうなんでしょうね。マイケンはどうでしょう。マイケンも投げてるんですね。マイケン5回5失点3ホームラン。何をしてるんでしょうね。勝ち負け関係ないですね。前田はね。どうしたんでしょうね、前田はね。去年までバッチリだったの。やっぱり粘着物の問題ですかね。ボールのね。
Angels on top. Jack Mayfield, the batter, is off the plate for ball one. It's the most runs since June 30th.
いつの間にか2アウトになってましたね。9番メイフィールド。やっぱり大谷は8回でしょうかね。ワンボール、ワンストライク。
Tough. Yesterday, held to a run. They were shut out a couple of times in their previous series with Oakland. Slash foul. Well, maybe they're getting all of it out of their system in one night. Sometimes we talk about run allocation, whether it's good or bad. Depending on how this one ends up, who knows? May push it a little bit toward the end of this one, but at current, it looks like they have scored a few more than they need. A little tapper back toward the mound.
ピッチャーゴロで7回表のエンゼルスの攻撃が終わりました。じゃあですね。はい。
assist, and a couple of long balls here tonight at Globe Life Field. First, Jack Mayfield for the big home run against Jordan Lyles into the left field seats, and then Andy Ibanez against the lefty Suarez, nearly identical spot that he hit his home run. Ibanez continues, as we mentioned earlier, to terrorize some of these left-handed pitchers that he's seen this year. Gausman's got 3 hits with 3 RBIs. Mentioned the 2-run home run by Jack Mayfield. And Garcia, a couple more outfield assists. He continues to play really good defense, does Adolis Garcia, with the Rangers trailing big right now. 10-3 against the Eagles.
All right, some time left offensively for the Rangers. Eli White will lead it off here. He takes ball 1 from Junior Guerra. Just got a run in the second inning, 2 runs in the 6th. White lined out to center field his first time up. Struck out his last time in, and he takes a strike here. It's 1-1. Interesting, Eli was moved.
さあ、早く8回表が見たいところですね。
DJ Peters joining the team today, and Woody wanted to put him in the lineup. He wanted to put him in right field. And it was a struggle for him to figure out how to do that with the least.
平凡なサードゴロ、メイフィールドがさばいてワンアウト。大谷まであと2アウトです。
Garcia back over to center field. Didn't want to make Adolis go all the way across the diamond and try left field, seeing as he really hadn't done that this year. So he put Garcia back into center field, and that displaced White back into left, which is so funny because White had been kind of named the everyday center fielder.
I guess we got to get a feel for DJ Peters and his defense and the arm and where he plays best. Obviously, as you mentioned, if Woody wanted him in right field, perhaps he believes that's his best defensive outfield position. He let White can play all 3 of them, and he can play the infield as well. And, we've talked about this in the past, just the idea of, Garcia and what position he plays defensively with that great arm and all the assists that we have seen from him this year. We saw with Joey Gallo when he was in center field. There is a value of having a good arm out there, and that more often than not means that you don't see as many runners go first and third. He's also thrown guys out at home, so perhaps that one ends up working out pretty well. Maybe he stays there because of the arm. See.
2-1 to Trevino, who doubled his last time. 1 for 2 today. Rangers won the opener yesterday, trailing in a pretty big way here tonight in Game 2. It will be a 4-game series. Thursday will be an afternoon tilt. 2-2. And that will also wrap up the homestand. Rangers will hit the road after the series. With the Eagles, they are staying in division, though. Quite a little stretch. We're hoping Seattle back home for more games against division foes. This one popped out. Foul ground.
キャッチャーフライでツーアウト。あと1アウトで大谷が見れます。
So 2 games remaining. We talked a little bit about tomorrow and Shohei Ohtani getting to start against Colby Allard. It's a 7-5 first pitch. Thursday again.
明日は本当に大谷投げるようですね。
Excited to see Spencer Howard making his Rangers debut. He's the big prospect the Rangers got from the Phillies in that deal that sent Kyle Gibson and Ian Kennedy to Philadelphia.
I'm with you on that one. I'm looking forward to seeing that with Spencer Howard. Now, it's not going to be a full start. What he said, maybe 1 time through the order, a little bit more than that. So perhaps they get a couple of innings. 3 probably would be nice. But just to get a first look at him, he seems extremely excited to be in a Ranger uniform.
It's a good word to use.
What's that? Yeah.
Excited.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It was all smiles during that introductory press conference. I hadn't seen it. I saw in the construction phase, but far as kind of the pitching lab and the weight room and everything, it would have looked like it was completely done. Because what we're hearing from players when they first step into this building and get the behind-the-scenes look at all the amenities that the players have, it just seems like guys are really impressed and love this facility more than that word kind of gets out. More and more this is going to become a attractive destination.
I'll tell you, even opposing teams, Brian Butterfield was talking to him yesterday. His eyes were wide, talking about just how beautiful it is, even for a visiting team. Same with AJ Hinch. A number of the coaches and managers for visiting teams have made a point of saying, man, this is a pretty cool place to come play. I think they all enjoy it. And those teams who used to maybe kind of dread coming and spending 3-4 days in the searing heat, now they don't have to. Changes their attitude quite a little bit. Come to town. You could argue that there was an old advantage maybe to that. But I don't think these Rangers players mind too much either.
Definitely not this time of year, especially. It's like you don't even realize.
フルカウント。ツーアウト、ツースリー、フルカウント、早く終われ。早く大谷出せ。
Sweatshirt in Arlington. Brave new world.
なぜか一平が映された。
Quite the ride for him, Shohei Ohtani's interpreter.
Payoff to kind of full left.
Oh, okay.
Into the bat.
Oh,
Comes down the mound.
okay.
First, but it's in time. And they get Isaiah to 1-2-3 seventh inning. 8th inning on the way. It's 10-3.
7回が終わって8回表に入ります。大谷が出てきます。大谷が出てきます。1番フレッチャーからね。さあ。さあ、大谷だ。まあね、このままずっとホームランが出なくってもね、あれですよ。ここまで打てばね、大したもんですよ。まあ、一本ヒットがね、ちょっと猛打賞なんか打ってね、調子に乗りたいところですよね。おう。さあ。珍しく、ね、最近全然打ててなかったエンゼルスが10点取ってます。素晴らしい。ああ、伸びすぎた。フレッチャー初球を叩いてライトライナー。さあ、大谷だ。ああ。さあ、大谷だ。
foot injury early on was a little bit of a setback, but Chris Young said it's been fun watching him and they're making sure he's 100% ready before he can really advance. But as you take a look at some of the things he's done over there in Double A Frisco, he's killing it, and they're excited to have him up here.
And I kind of wonder, you know, what's next. I think
ワンバンの低めが外れて、ワンボールのストライク。
season last year in 2020, and then the
ピッ
injury
チャーは
Sarah mentioned, it slows the
先の回から変わらずマーティン12球投げてます。左ピッチャーですね。嫌ですね。2球目を。外目ですけど、ベルト付近。甘いっちゃ甘いですよね。ワンボール、ワンストライク。さあ、3球目。
May not end up seeing him at all.
外角に構えるキャッチャー。サードだ。セカンドゴロ。
Fans will be interested, borderline clamoring for it. I mean, I think we all kind of are.
今日は出ませんでした。
We'll wait and see. I think the best
10対
decision
3。
for the franchise.
多分勝てるでしょう。それでは中継を
Look at some younger guys as we take a look at a veteran.
打球が上がりませんね。
Would you
大谷、今日なんでしょうね。
not with you. I'm just really impatient because you do get excited. And right now, the Rangers, based on the trades, the draft, the way things have gone.
昨日もね、ここ2、3試合、セカンドゴロが多すぎですよね。さっきの打席もまあまあセカンドゴロっちゃセカンドゴロですからね。今もセカンドゴロでしたね。打球がとにかく上がりませんね。引っ張りすぎなんだよ。体が開き気味に、なんていうの、引っ張ろうとしてるんですよね。とにかく打球が上がらない。非常に良くないです。5打数2安打でした、今日のね。ホームランはなしということで、残念ながら。
do you think that was an issue for you?
三振は1と、まあまあいいですけど。4打数2、じゃあ5打数2安打2得点。打点ないし。ちょっとね、今日は出ませんでしたということでね。
Now, I think we also have some really good mental skills, practices, and coaches in place. So I think that helps a little bit. But that's what we have to work through. I mean, Terry Pelton, I think, is a good example of a guy who he was convinced the world that he was ready with his skeleton turns. And he struggled mightily. It still was a little bit after he started to come out. Pictures of skeleton turns. See the difference in his face. His body language, when all of a sudden he got humbled and realized how hard it was. So,
セカンドゴロということで。
Your best guess.
It was not fun for Joe Adele last year with the Angels. And this year, I'm sure it probably felt like a long, long time in the minor leagues before he got called up. Today, making his seasonal debut for the Angels. He's looked good. He's all by option. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Brett Martin. Nicely done. Bottom of the eighth coming up. Rangers running short on time here tonight. They trail by 7.これって7試合出ませんかね。とにかくボールが上がらない。やっぱり引っ張ろう
っていうのと、今でもそうですけど、低めですよね。セカンドゴロを打つとき、いつもなんか低めの球をね、そのまま引っ張って、セカンドゴロ。単に打球が上がんないっていう、なんか低めを打ちすぎなんじゃないかっていう気もしますね。もちろん引っ掛けてるんですけどね。今日も、外目ではあるけれども、甘い球、すごく甘い球2球ぐらい、見逃してるんでね、ちょっと本当に心配が募りますけど、まあ今日は10対3、今のところ10対3、8回終わって10対3なんでね、多分勝つということで、かといってで9回に打席は回らないでやろうということで、今日はこれにて終わります。ネガティブマンでした。
New left fielder is Juan Lagares, checked in for the Angels, and Sam Selman, the left-hander, pitcher of the eighth.
Sam Selman, who started his season with the San Francisco Giants. This will be his 9th game of the year, second with the Angels.
Culberson, Garcia, and Lowe in the eighth. Lines that one to shortstop. So, they hit one on the nose, but for an out. It's out number one. Here comes the Phillies Garcia, 2 for 3. Not a good night.
まあ打率上がりましたからね、よしとしましょう。
His hitting ways again after a couple of fights. His 23 home runs, ranked third all time. Single season homers by a Rangers rookie. Trying to catch Mark Teixeira next, who hit 26 home runs his rookie season in 03. All-timer Pete Icavilla back in 1986 hit 30. I'd say that's still within reach.
That was 30 right after.
まあね、大谷がマルチ安打してエンゼルスが勝つと、これ以上のことがあるのかと。勝っても借金1ですけどね。まあよしとしましょうよ。では実況終わります。
Dave Hostetler